A lot of times in life, arguments between people come down to seeing two different ways of going about something. This is also known as a dichotomy. Now, the definition of a dichotomy is a division or contrast between two things that are or are represented as being opposed or entirely different. Now, what does all that mean? You know what? It's better if I provide you some examples. So, some examples would be pancakes, waffles, bacon, sausage, melons, peaches, chocolate, or vanilla. In the sneaker world, it comes down to Nike Air or Jumpman. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Wear Your Kicks channel. And today I just wanted to put out this video in honor of the fact that Undefeated is releasing the Jordan Undefeated 4s there in Chicago. Shout out to our guy Purple Haze, who was able to provide some actual in-person footage of seeing those containers out there near the famous Bean in the Chicago city area, man. And yeah, listen, they're doing all they can before the Undefeated release. That is going to be August 2nd. Rumor is we may see the sneakers that release still hold to be August 28th, which is when they said that all the Undefeated 4s were supposed to be released in the first place. Now, don't forget, also on August 2nd, we do have the Steel 10s releasing. But the reason why I'm really bringing this up is because, again, we're talking about the Undefeated 4s. Now, the original Undefeated 4s came with, you guessed it, that Jumpman on the back. Now, from my understanding too, research shows me that the Undefeated brand is the first brand that Jordan ever paired with as far as doing a collaboration. Now, fast forward here to 2025, they're actually going to be releasing the shoe, and apparently we're getting a decent amount of pairs. The rumor is 100,000 so pairs through Undefeated itself, but that also could be 100,000 pairs total through Undefeated, couple of the neighborhood stores and sneakers that we'll have to wait and see how many people actually get some W's. That being said though, are you upset that they're not being released in their original form with the Jumpman, or do you really think that they look much better with that Nike Air on the back? Now, I'm sure you probably ask 8 out of 10 people and they're gonna give you Nike Air looks way better. But seeing as how this shoe is supposed to be representative of the original, and we have a lot of purists out there, it's not necessarily coming in its purest form. So from that standpoint, should it not knock the shoe down just a tad bit? Okay, think of it from this perspective, right? The Wu-Tang Dunks, the original 36 pair, right? A pair that we thought we'd never be able to get our hands on, just like the Undefeated 4s. Well, they gave us Wu-Tang Dunks, but if you look at them side by side, there are some tweaks on them, right, that make them look distinctively different so long as you have a keen eye for it, okay? Most people will probably look at it and go, well, it's the same shoe. But us sneakerheads, we're a little more detailed than that, and you can see there's differences between the two pairs. That being said though, essentially they look damn near identical, and a lot of people were complaining of the fact that, you know, those Wu-Tang Dunks that they released last year, they look so close to the original pair that maybe it takes away from the prestige of the original pair. But then again, there's those tweaks on there that make it distinctively different. So is it able to still hold its place? I say yes. But let's look at another shoe. Black Cat 4s are coming out this year, and instead of the original Jumpman on the back, they are now doing the Nike Air on the back. Does that take away from the original Black Cat 4s? Mind you, that is still the shoe that most people never thought would do what it did, in terms of the fact that it was a retail pair sitting in outlets at discounts, only to later on become a $1,000 shoe that a lot of people are trying to get their hands on. Now that they're bringing them back out once again here in 2025, they're putting Nike Air on the back. And essentially, as I said earlier, everyone seems to love Nike Air, but does that boost it over the original pair? It'd be interesting for a lot of you to say no, because then it's like, okay, is Jumpman better than Nike Air in some instances, or is it just how the original was made? The original is better versus whatever new is coming out. I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' perspective on that. Now, granted, we've seen a lot of our favorite retros come with Nike Air and Jumpman on the back, like the black cement 3s, like the white cement 4s. Hell, even Jordan 1s used to come with the Jumpman on the back. But as far as the Nike Air is concerned, should it only be reserved for OGs and special release pairs? Either way, I'm interested to know what your guys' opinion are. I just kind of wanted to make this video to kind of, you know, stir the pot a little bit and create some conversation around this and see what you all think. Me personally, whenever I look a lot of times at the Jumpman, it kind of feels like something is missing. So I'd say I probably lean a little more towards that Nike Air, but hey, listen, I have plenty of shoes with the Jumpman on the back, and I'm super happy to have those pairs in my collection, just like I am to have the Nike Air. But you know, sometimes you have your preferences. Nothing wrong with that. Appreciate you guys tapping in the video. Please go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe up. Down in my description, I got a nice article there from Soul Retriever back in 2023 that kind of dives deep into this Jumpman versus Nike Air discrepancy that we got going on here. And if you guys are interested in reading it, go ahead and do so. Also in the description, I will have a link there for 10% off all Rejuvenator products. And if you're able to go ahead and hit on those Undefeated force coming up, you're gonna want to use some water and stain repellent to go ahead and protect that material. In any case, this is Lewis of the Wear Your Kicks channel, reminding you to be true, stay in the moment, and don't forget, every day is a great day to wear your kicks.